Good morning, good morning. Today it's the podcast number 2. And of course, it's live and it's me. I'm Wioletta Simone, business doctor and innovator and human value hacker. Today we talk about rich people and poor people. Topic extremely important. I hope with this podcast, I'm going to bring you some ideas, some visions, some challenges, or some ideas challenging your mindset and challenging the way how you are. So, what is the concept rich people and the poor people? You know, there was a book about rich people and poor people, and was very much focusing on getting out of the rat race and getting out of the job and moving into the entrepreneurship and specifically investment in the properties. So I believe truly that in the future we will have it, the rich people and poor people, but it won't be related as much as into the, of course, the money will follow up. Remember one thing, we are the human beings that are focused on the meaningful things. And while we are getting out from the poverty, financial poverty, as a society, we are getting out of that, and we have availability to much more of the resources and spaces, and we much more developed. At the same time, as the if you look at the pyramid of Maslow, so in all my content, you will see a spectrum from a human as the very holistic approach. So basically, I talk from the psychology, neuroscience, quantum physics, and also from the spiritual world. I have spent the last 25 years on studying, analyzing, and working, experimenting within those fields, and also especially in the space of the innovation and the human exponential growth and human experience. And this is why I'm talking about it, so you can get the glimpse on why the human experience is so important right now. And as you can see, probably there is so much of coming from the soft skills, becoming more of the thing, even though we talk about the AI. And we as a human beings are not yet there to from the exponential growth. So our minds and behaviors are still in the space of manufacturing. So clock in, clock out, clock in, clock out. And the human development, and it's a little bit like turning the track. So first the head turns and then the body, it takes much longer to turn the rest and to see the changes, while technology is just moving rapidly and moving super fast. And you have all the upgrades, while our operating system, the human operating system, rarely is being upgraded. So imagine you still operating on the system from 100 years ago. Coming back into that, the rich people and poor people. So as we are living right now in the creative economy, and you may see that there is a lot of creators showing up on the different social media, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, the creative creators economy is growing. But at the same time, we have a consumer growing even more and faster. So the barriers to access the creator mode are lower, because now you can create the AI content. I will have a separate video about it. So you can create the AI content, and at the same time, the barriers are low, but the competition is higher. but also the consumers are growing. So I believe truly that there will be a division. There will be we will be divided for between the people who create and the people who consume. And maybe in the spiritual world, if you like a little bit of woo-woo, that's the time for you. In the spiritual world, we talk often about changing into the new energies, this light energy, the higher frequencies energies. So we have that in the spiritual world. In the psychology, we have also the Maslow pyramid, which I mentioned to you at the beginning, where in the bottom we have the basic needs of the food and shelter and so on. So we already kind of above that because we have the basic needs fulfilled. So now we're going toward the meaningful fulfillment and creation. But our brains also, from the programming space, from what we have been programmed by society, by our parents, you like it or not, we all are programmed. We only operate 5% on the conscious mind. So based on that, we still far behind the the body way of implementing what we want to do. So our mind is already moving towards I want to create. So we kind of work and prepare and strategize and we all of that. But our system is still based in the fear-based system. So when we talk and when the spirituality and transcendence talk about moving towards this lighter energy, is the energy and the space when we can create with ease. And technology helps us to create with ease. So if you're running a business, those elements are super important, but also if you are a business leader, it's very crucial to understand the differentiation. So we will have a bigger gap between consumers. So how much of the YouTube videos we are consuming and how much of that is created by AI and how much of that is created by human. I will do a separate podcast on differentiation and the outcome for you and what actually are the benefits. For time, what are the rich people? The rich people in the creative economy, creators economy, will be those who create, have access, understand. And, we focus so much on understanding and learning about all those AI tools. The really crazy truth is that it's not going to be about the tools because those tools will be so much more intuitive. Like the whole human experience, and I have been working in the designing and creating human experiences for years, and everything is going towards being more intuitive. What is the intuition? It's the simple understanding of you look at something and you can use it with ease. So everything will be much easier. So the technology won't be a problem here. It won't be a problem to, and it's not already now, to post a video on the social media or to post, to show up on social media, or that's not a challenge. The challenge is in our operating system. The challenge is in our overthinking. And the challenge is that as human beings, we think that by preparing, by planning, by researching, we're actually doing something, but we're not. So with the access to more data and, in the phone, we have all the possible data, all the possible information, all the possible tools, and still only a little percentage of people create, then 90% of it consume. And of course, we will have this bigger gap because there will be more consumers than creators, but it won't be related into the technology or AI. It will be purely related into the fear of the human being, fear of showing up, fear of judgment, fear of being your authentic self. And even though now I'm doing this live to inspire, to show myself and to be here with you, because I truly believe there is a huge difference between being live and consuming the later postpartum content or consuming even the AI generated. Again, there will be a different video for that. So my question will be, who you want to be, the rich person or the poor person? And it's related also into how, like, the poor people will be consuming the content, the rich people will be creating. And it's not only about the content, it's about creating the life you want to live, not adapting to it. In the same space, we have a difference between survival mode and creating mode. And in the energy space, in the vibration space, if you are a little bit into it, there is a clear break point between those two. For example, in the Hawkins scale of vibrations and the emotional frequencies, you have very, very big clarity when the courage moves you towards the creation, when you stop surviving and start to create. I'm also an innovator, so I have seen so many innovation initiative failings, not because it was a bad idea. And think about it, the ideas now, it's not a big deal. Like, we have access to unlimited ideas. It's not about the ideas. You just ask any AI to give you ideas, and you ask the right questions, and you're going to have millions of them. But what do we do with that ideas? That's the true wealth. And that's the creative part, because we already have that. But also, with all those tools, we are kind of hiding behind, moving away from, yes, I will let somebody else to do the work, and I still stay in there behind the scenes. It doesn't mean that everyone has to do that, but it means that our exponential growth, it's also going through that space. There is no other way than actually go through the fears, get out of the survival mode. So if you're thinking like, oh, I would like to post this video, I would like to create something, I would like to post on the LinkedIn, you may think, oh, it's not my thing. But then you can ask yourself, is it not my thing? Why is not my thing? And often it's not your thing because there is a fear behind. So all those poor people and rich people, poor people are people driven by a scarcity, by a fear of survival, a fear of, oh, I have to do this, otherwise I will die, and running. But when we are in the survival mode, as human beings in business, we talk here about human beings in business. So if in business, the human beings in the survival mode, he's gonna be surviving all the time, and that's exhausting. You know, when you see a danger and you want to run away, it's fine to run for 5 minutes until the danger is gone. But nowadays, we have and we carry that danger all the times and everywhere in our heads. So the poor people, they have a scarcity, they have a fear, they have a danger in their own heads. That's why it's so difficult to escape. We cannot really literally escape it. The only way is to face it, to see it, what is there, to have a courage, and to start to create from the space and energy what else is possible. What if? And the rich people will be that people who create, and also from the human experience. In the future, and it's actually right now, probably in very, very short time, the human experiences will be more important than product itself. So basically, human experience, the product is not itself a product. It's, you're not buying a pen, you're not buying a mic, you're buying the full experience that goes with that. And knowing the human, understanding how it works, understanding your clients, understanding yourself, this is what is missing a lot in the business world, will help you to create a powerful, rich mind, but also rich business. So moving from, and I also want to share and just, drop some those ideas into your heads, that the rich people. So the idea of the technology is that it wants to be free. Think about, there is now growing more and more the idea of having AI coach or therapist. And yeah, great idea. Everyone will have access to it. It's easy, it's cheap. We will have a more healthy minds. That's the one side of the coin. But the same as a money, the same as a knife, the same as it's a tool that makes you more of who you already are. So, and it's AI amplify as well who we already are. That is much bigger, and that's probably would be for another idea to go into the spaces of the therapy and so on. There are good and challenging things. It's of course how you use the tool. If you rely too much on those tools, then of course. But that's why I want to focus here, and also my DBA is very much focused on the human exponential development in business, understanding yourself, understanding your clients, and co-creating the future together. Because the businesses, the leaders who co-create the future with them, their employees and with their teams and with their clients, they are the winners, because now business doesn't operate in isolation. The human experience is a key element. So think about it, working from the fear and surviving in your business. And surviving, it's also adaptation. So this is one of the big themes in the entire world when we all talk about we have to adapt. The world is fast, everything changes. We have to adapt and adapt and adapt and adapt. And everyone's talking about adaptation, but the adaptation comes from the fear that you will be too late, from the fear that you're going to miss something. It's coming from the survival, and it's exhausting. It's a mentally exhausting to live in the survival mode. This is why we have so many burnout and exhausted people. And it's very easy to go there nowadays because you just sit in your own mind and you listen to it and you follow it, and you definitely building the scarcity, building the fear and building up on it. And it's hard to see because it's in your mind as well. And it's not only hard to see for other people. And now I'm going to drop a big bomb. So let me know. You can tell me in the comment. I literally think that we are, and not only I think, I researched that as well, because you know that I'm a researcher. I'm a researcher and I implement directly and I validate and integrate, because I truly believe that we are simply addicted into our self of being. So we are addicted into the certain way. We are addicted into our identity. We are addicted who we are. And getting out of addiction, it's much more difficult than creating. So basically, if you want to create from the creative space, you have to overcome that addiction and be somebody else. But you don't have to be somebody else by fixing yourself or changing yourself. You have to become more of you. So let me rephrase that, because I don't want this to be misunderstood. When I say be somebody else, I meant be more of you, removing all these fears, all this programming, and all this pressure that we have acquired over the years. So changing the paradigm from I have to adapt, I have to survive. And we have been told for years that we have to survive, that you are made to survive. No, you're not made to survive. You're made to create. Look at and I'm going to give you a few points why this is. You made to create. Why are you made to create? So you have created the tools to help you to have more time to focus on your own creation and development. We are exponential human beings. We are here to expand on that planet. We are expanding. So if you create from the space of fear, you will have a more fear, and you create more fear, and you always will be in this cycle. And that is the whole process behind. But I want you to know, from the psychological perspective, when you get out of the fear, you can focus more on the meaningful spaces. You can focus on the creation. You can focus on building. But it's not about the external environment. It's about our mindset. It's about how we think, what we do. Because what we think and how we think determines the actions we take. And if you want a little bit more of the energy language and the spiritual language, is basically around you. You attract who you are. You attract the vibrations who you are. You attract the synchronicities. You are magnetic to the certain things when you get out of the fear-based creation, fear-based survival. So that's the little bit of the inspiration and maybe little action to do something you always wanted to do, like a little step going out into the world, overcoming your fear of survival and stepping in to creation. Create something today. I don't know, it's a post, it's the um, a video, and it's not only doing this because you want to create a content. You're also doing this for yourself. You're also doing this for your business. You're also doing this for future generations, moving from the space of survival, stress. Everyone will tell you, I don't have time right now. I'm super busy. There is a tornado and everything everyone wants from me. But what if you can create more time? Create more time. And this is why I've been working and fascinated by the innovation, because innovation is a tool that, or creativity, innovation is the tool and the space that will take you there, that will take you into the spaces of innovative thinking. How can I do this differently? I'm exhausted, I'm tired, what I can do this differently. Question why you are like that. Not adapting because everyone puts your stuff on the table and wants something from you. There was a lot of different things in this video. So sending you a big hugs, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow for one more video this week. So this week we're doing 3 videos, and next week also 3 videos. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm looking forward to hear from you.